Kim Kardashian has set the internet on fire again, and this time, it's not about her latest business venture or a glamorous red carpet appearance. No, this storm is swirling around her daughter, North West. At just 12 years old, North stepped out in Rome wearing a corset-inspired top, a mini skirt, and bright blue hair. And let's just say, fans and critics couldn't believe their eyes.
She's 12, walking around with a corset, the shortest mini skirt that you could have, and bright blue hair.
Is Kim empowering her daughter, or is she crossing a line by pushing her into the spotlight too early? Watch until the end, because Beyoncé's name is being dragged into this, and when Queen Bey is mentioned, you know the drama just went nuclear. The outfit that sparked outrage. It all started with a quiet dinner in Rome, but it turned into one of the loudest conversations on the internet. Kim and North were spotted leaving their hotel, and the moment pictures surfaced, people couldn't stop talking. North was styled in a structured top, paired with a ruffled mini skirt, edgy boots, and striking blue hair that gave her a futuristic edge. The look was undeniably bold and creative, something you'd expect on a fashion runway or in a music video. But the detail that sparked a firestorm was her age. At only 12 years old, many believed this wasn't just playful fashion anymore. It was crossing into territory that made people uncomfortable. Fashion critics called the styling daring and unique, but parents online were unsettled. The main argument was simple. Clothes often linked with grown-up fashion don't belong on children. Some said Kim was giving North an image that would put her under pressure far too early, shaping how millions of strangers see her before she's even a teenager. Others raised questions about whether Kim was slowly preparing North to take on the same kind of brand-building path that turned her own family into global icons. For fans who admire North's confidence, it was exciting. For those concerned about childhood innocence, it was alarming. That clash of perspectives is what lit the match for the storm that followed. Social media explosion. The internet didn't just notice, it erupted. Within hours, hashtags about North's outfit were trending, and the debate stretched across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Parents shared side-by-side comparisons of their own children at 12, pointing out how different the expectations looked in the Kardashian household. Critics warned that styling kids in adult-inspired fashion could blur boundaries and send confusing messages during important years of development. Even professionals weighed in, with child experts saying that giving children overly mature looks could affect how they view themselves and how others treat them in the long run. And then came the moment that made the backlash even louder. Kim turned off the comments on her post. To some, this felt like an admission that the criticism was hitting hard. Instead of ending the discussion, it shifted the conversation to X, where the remarks became sharper and more intense. Some users accused Kim of turning her daughter into a mini brand, while others brought up her own history, claiming the family has always blurred the line between private life and public image. Supporters of Kim argued back, saying that North has always shown a love for experimenting with style, from makeup tutorials on TikTok to playful hair colors. They insisted this was simply another form of expression. The divide was massive, and it transformed what might have been a one-day story into a viral debate that dominated headlines. Comparisons to Beyoncé and Blue Ivy. Just when the drama seemed big enough, another superstar's name got dragged into the spotlight, Beyoncé. Fans couldn't help but compare North to Blue Ivy, who was just 1 year older. The comparisons weren't only about age, they were about presentation. While Beyoncé and Jay-Z have carefully chosen when and how Blue appears in the public eye, Kim has often allowed North to step out in looks that many consider far more mature than what's typical for her age. This contrast quickly spiraled into a new layer of debate. Rumors began circulating that Beyoncé herself had allegedly thrown subtle shade toward Kim, suggesting she was exploiting her daughter for attention. Whether that's true or not doesn't even matter, because the mere idea of Beyoncé versus Kim had fans in a frenzy. These are two of the biggest celebrity moms in the world, each with completely different approaches to raising their daughters in the public eye. On one side, Beyoncé has been praised for protecting Blue's privacy and allowing her to ease into fame gradually. On the other, Kim is accused of fast-tracking North into the spotlight with bold fashion choices and viral TikTok content. And that's why the internet couldn't look away. Anytime two powerhouse names are connected in the same headline, people are guaranteed to choose sides. Suddenly, this wasn't just about one outfit anymore. It was about a clash of parenting philosophies, a possible feud between two icons, and a question that every fan wanted answered. Who's doing it right? A long pattern of controversy. If this were the first time North had made headlines for her styling, the reaction might not have been so explosive, but critics were quick to pull receipts, pointing out that this has been happening for years. Since North was barely a toddler, Kim has dressed her in outfits that seemed more suited for Fashion Week than the playground. Back in 2014, when North was just 1 year old, Kim began coordinating designer looks for her that mirrored her own, leading some to say she was being treated like a fashion accessory rather than a child. By the time North turned 5, the backlash intensified. Fans were outraged when a photo of her in a small yellow top circulated online, sparking conversations about whether Kim was blurring boundaries too soon. Then came Paris Fashion Week, where North sat front row in a lace ensemble that stunned onlookers, not because it wasn't stylish, but because it felt like it belonged to someone much older. Fast forward to 2022, when she attended Kourtney Kardashian's wedding in Italy, styled once again in a satin corset, and the internet erupted with the same criticism all over again. To critics, this latest outfit isn't a shocking exception. It's part of a consistent pattern. Each time Kim has dressed North in outfits that push the envelope, the internet has clapped back, and each time, instead of pulling back, Kim seems to push even further. This history is why so many people believe the Rome incident isn't just about one night, it's about a bigger picture that's been unfolding for nearly a decade. Kanye gets pulled into it. Whenever drama surrounds Kim Kardashian, it doesn't take long before Kanye West's name enters the conversation. This time, social media users immediately called on Kanye to step in and protect his daughter. Many argued that as North's father, he should draw the line on how far her image is pushed into adult fashion. But here's where things get complicated. Kanye's current marriage has made that request look almost impossible. Why? Because his wife, Bianca Censori, has been making headlines around the world for her daring, highly revealing fashion choices. Whether she's spotted in sheer bodysuits, mesh tops, or unconventional streetwear, Bianca's style has sparked just as much debate, if not more, than Kim's parenting. Fans started pointing out the irony. How could Kanye possibly call out Kim for dressing North in bold looks when Bianca's outfits are constantly shocking the internet? The contradiction was glaring, and it left many people asking whether Kanye even had the authority to weigh in on this situation. This clash of images, North as a child in corsets, and Bianca as an adult in boundary-pushing fashion, has fueled endless conversation. To critics, it proves that Kanye's voice in this debate is complicated. To supporters, it shows that maybe he's the only one who truly understands the double standard. Either way, his name being tied into the scandal made the entire story blow up even more, because when Kanye is involved, the world pays attention. Bianca's family backlash. The drama didn't just stay online, it spilled into Bianca Censori's own family. Reports claim her parents have been unsettled by her increasingly bold fashion choices, with whispers that her mother even flew to Los Angeles to urge her to pull back. Her father has reportedly been the most vocal, questioning Kanye directly in private, asking how he would feel if his own daughters were encouraged to dress in such revealing ways. That single point hit hard with fans. Many noted the contradiction. Kanye is being called on to protect North, yet he's accused of influencing Bianca's extreme public image. The tension between Bianca's family and Kanye has only added another explosive layer to this already messy Kardashian West drama. Some insiders even suggest that Bianca's parents feel she's changed completely since marrying Kanye, and they're desperate to see their daughter return to her old self. For critics, it's proof that this entire situation isn't just about one child's outfit. It's about control, influence, and image on a much bigger scale. Others believe the clash shows just how blurred the lines have become between personal choice and public pressure in celebrity culture. And with every new headline, the spotlight only grows brighter on Kanye's role in all of this. The Beyoncé factor gets bigger. Back to Beyoncé, because this is where things really heated up. Some fans pointed out that even Blue Ivy has faced criticism for mature styling at events, but others said Beyoncé has always been careful to protect her daughter from too much exposure. That contrast is exactly why whispers of Beyoncé shading Kim took off so fast. Beyoncé's name carries enormous weight. She's known for tightly controlling her image and fiercely guarding her family's privacy, so any suggestion she disapproves of Kim's choices hits harder. To critics, it shows the difference between shielding a child from fame versus showcasing them for the world. And once Beyoncé's name is tied to the conversation, the drama doesn't fade. It explodes. A cultural war over parenting. At this point, the debate had moved far beyond one outfit. It turned into a cultural war about parenting, childhood, and society's expectations. Critics said Kim was rushing north into the spotlight and stripping away her innocence, while supporters argued that people were overreacting and holding on to outdated standards. Parents, experts, and everyday fans all jumped in with opinions. For some, it was about protecting kids from pressure. For others, it was about letting them explore identity and style. The divide was sharp, and it transformed into one of the most heated online discussions of the year. What started as a single dinner in Rome was now a global debate about values, boundaries, and what childhood should really look like.